Good morning. I'm Dr. Gregg, psychologist, relationship therapist, and board certified sex therapist. It's Tuesday, August 25th, 2020 at 9:06 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Welcome to the 9th episode of my live cast here on PizziPSYC, the official platform of my independent practice of psychology here in Miami, Florida. I'm licensed in states of Michigan and Florida, and I'm happy to bring to you today, this morning, a very important topic that we'll be discussing: how to make friends during quarantine. How to meet new people who are like you and increase your circle of quality friends and people that you have things in common with during the coronavirus. Staying connected during the quarantine and stay-at-home orders. I'll be giving advice and tips to people who would refer to themselves as introverts and have difficulty. So, it's difficult to meet people and make new friends as it is even in the normal world. So we're going to talk about some of these challenges. I have some great ideas that are also fun to talk about and to try. So we're going to learn about all that today in the live cast. So stay tuned for us to talk about how to make new friends during quarantine. We're going to talk about all that in a few minutes. Followed by that, of course, in addition to that, I'm going to give you, we have our news item, our news feature. Followed after our feature topic of how to meet new people in quarantine, I'll do my relationship and sex tip with free gift. I have a free gift to share with you guys that I'm going to tell you about as well. So stay tuned for that, and I'll tell you what the free gift is going to be. Of course, no episode would be complete without the gratitude moment, followed by a positive affirmation. Please go to my YouTube channel, PizziPSYC, by the same name as this Facebook platform, PizziPSYC, and please follow me and share with your friends if you find this information useful. I appreciate your support. So, getting started, a little bit about me. I'm a psychologist, relationship specialist, and I'm also a sex therapist. I have found that our relationships with other human beings are one of the most important ways that we can grow as human beings, find out about ourselves, learn who we are, and maximize our potential on this planet and in this life through other people. So I've seen how as adults we kind of get in our own way mentally, and we can really create problems for ourselves with regard to our relationships because of maybe our own self-esteem, our own insecurities or fears or thoughts of unlovability, and we often prevent ourselves from being loved in return. So I've dedicated my profession and my career to helping people make better connections, more satisfying, loving relationships as adults. Because if you notice, kids often don't really usually have a problem connecting with one another. They just kind of, show up. They're honest. They say what's on their mind. They know how to say no if they don't like something. They don't have a problem, worrying about what other people think of them. So they're themselves. And as adults, we often forget how to be ourselves. And the best gift, the most beautiful gift we could give to somebody else is the gift of us, to be who we truly are, to be our authentic selves. And that's what I help people do, is to connect in a world that is becoming increasingly complex and difficult to meet people and to feel close in, by focusing on the power of the mind, the ability that we have to create our own life experiences. So I'm happy to share this with you guys today. And we're going to be talking about how to make new friends during coronavirus and quarantine in just a few moments. My website is www.PizziPSYC.com. For those of you that are interested in reaching me or contacting me for one-on-one consultation, for classes, or for speaking opportunities, I'm happy to discuss your needs with you. And if I'm not the right person for that, I will steer you in the right direction as best I can. So that's my website up on the screen. In the news today, as I stated earlier, it is Tuesday, August 25th, 2020. It's 9:11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The news that I have for you guys today is that you have control over the kind of day you're going to have today. You have complete control over your experience through the power of your mind and the power of your thoughts, and where you decide to steer your attention from one moment to the next. You have the ability to decide whether you're going to have a great day or whether it's going to be a mediocre kind of so-so kind of day, or if it's going to be a really sucky day. Now, some people might ask, well, how do I have total control over that if it's not up to me whether the people driving on the road ahead of me on my way to work are idiots and don't know how to drive or cut me off? Or it's not under my control if it starts pouring rain while I have to wait for the bus? Or how is it my doing or my decision if my boss just wants to give me a hard time or, dump something on me that's totally unfair? Well, the reason you have control over the kind of day that you have is that your experience of your day is what matters. It's not the actual events in the day. And it's definitely not the other people that come into your life and that pass or through and, cross your path throughout the day. They have their own lives and their own mind and their own perceptions. You need to focus on your own mind, your own outlook, and your own perceptions. That's the way we are guaranteed to be happy and at peace with ourselves, is by staying in our own lane, so to speak. So we have the ability to perceive what happens around us in any way. We can tell ourselves a story about it. So if I decide to focus on the annoying driver that's in front of me on the way to work, first of all, am I late? Did I leave late? That's in my control. Did I forget to take the turn that I needed to and now I'm late and now this person in front of me is really bothering me? I mean, why is this one car annoying me so much? It can't just be this person's fault that I'm so frustrated. So taking a look at yourself and trying to understand how you got into the predicament that you're in can be somewhat frustrating and painful. However, it also gives you the freedom to realize that you have the choice to make your life and your day go however you want. I'm not going to focus on the annoying dog that's barking incessantly all day long down the hall of my apartment, which is what happens here almost every day. There's a dog that just barks all day long, and obviously there's nobody home. It just barks and barks and barks. I mean, if I want to, I can really just zero in on that and hear that all day long. Or I can say, okay, the dog's doing what it's got to do. I have the choice of focusing on something else. I don't need to keep thinking about that. I don't need to keep listening for it, because we attract our experiences into our life through our attention and focus. So I hope that you appreciated this. You have control over the kind of day you have today. I'd love to hear your comments. Please share how you feel about this item in the comments below. I will answer them because I answer them all, and I will get back to you individually. If you find this to be helpful in any way, please like and follow my page and share it with others. Moving on to our featured topic of the day: how to meet new people in quarantine. Making new friends during coronavirus when you're an introvert. Okay, this is a question I get asked a lot, and I love answering it because I feel that I have a knack for people and connection. I mean, obviously, I mean, there's a reason that I chose this profession. I'm not saying I have any magical powers or special powers, but throughout the course of my life, I've been able to zero in on certain skills, and I love people. So I'm always looking for ways to connect with people. And I want to share that with you guys. You know, it's not as automatic, I realized, for everybody. Thank you, JJ, for your comment. I think this is a great topic as well. All of you who are here, please like the comments, like the page, or ask me a question so that I know you're there. Otherwise, I cannot see you guys. I'm trying to see if I can see anybody. I don't see who's here and who's not. So if you don't say anything, I won't know. Anyway, I'm still getting the hang of this. Number one way of meeting new friends is to be a friend first. Be a friend. The best way to make a friend is to be a friend. When we say something nice to somebody, whether it be a comment while waiting online at the grocery store, oh, you know, I see you got your hands full there, you need some help. I mean, even with social distancing, you know, you're not supposed to encroach upon people or get on top of people and start grabbing their bags. But, you know, I mean, there's ways to maybe make a little extra room or step back to help the person out that might be trying to, you know, juggle a bunch of things in front of you. Or saying something, thank you, Cindy, saying something compassionate to the cashier. Hey, how you holding up? Or, you know, how's it, you know, make a little joke, or remember their humanity. Being a friend is the best way to create friendships and just to create good energy. That's number one across the board. Thinking about how you can give love in order to receive love. Good morning, Eddie. Good to hear from you. I hope you're doing well over there. Thank you so much. So, you guys are my little team of consultants. Jessica, Cindy, and Eddie. You are my top fans, and you are my team that I rely on to get the conversation going and seeing what people are up to. So, thank you so much for that. And I know that you guys are already very good at this stuff. So, please share your ideas so that others can see what you're thinking as well. It's not just me. I want to promote a conversation here. So, that being a friend first is number one. Number two, start with the friends you already have. One of the best ways to make new friends and meet new people is through the people that you already have connections with, right? How many times do we meet people through those that we already like, love, and trust? So how do you do that in quarantine? Well, you can reach out to the friends that you have that you've already, you know, consider within your friend circle and build up those friendships, okay? The way to create new friendships is by solidifying and building the ones that you already have. Okay, how do you do that? Contact your friends, the people that you already know and love. Increase your contact with them during coronavirus. If you usually talk to them once every other week, well, then call them every week. Maybe increase it to a couple times a week. Or if you're used to texting, jump on FaceTime. You know, increase your connection. Grow the connection that you have with the people that you already like and love. You know, I find that the quality of our human connections and our friendships come more so from the quality and depth of the friends that we have, as opposed to increasing the number of friendships. I would much rather focus my little free time that I have, but when I have some free time, I really want to connect and deepen my connections with the people that I already know, love, and care about me. That's where I put my energy. I'd rather have 10 friends that I love and trust and that I know appreciate me than creating a bunch of new acquaintances. So that's me, that's my preference, but I think we need a mix. We need to have good quality friendships, and we need to be meeting new people all the time to keep us on our toes, to keep us learning, and to keep our skills up. Plus, it's just fun and exciting. There's so many beautiful people in the world. And, we don't want to miss out on that. Not that we should. So ask your friends open-ended questions to get to know them better. When you get on that FaceTime call with your old friend, or your friend from high school, or your friend from back where you used to live, say, hey, so, what have you been up to nowadays? Or what do you plan to do when quarantine's over? Or tell me a little bit about your marriage. We never talk about, so what's your husband like? I never met him because you guys got married before coronavirus, and, maybe you never met this person. So tell me about what's it like to, be cooped up with your newlywed, your new husband, and be with each other 24 hours a day, 7 days a week after you just got married. I mean, ask your friends open-ended questions, and don't be afraid to be curious. People love to feel interesting to others, and people love to talk about themselves. So one of the best ways to get someone to feel naturally likable toward you and to increase that closeness and trust is to ask open-ended questions, and don't be afraid of being nosy. You're not being nosy. You're being a curious human being. And after all, if people don't want to answer, they'll tell you, oh, I'm not going to answer that. Or they'll just skip on to the next topic. So that's another idea. Another great idea, since we have the benefit of technology for meeting new people, I swear by this website. I think it's great. Meetup.com. For those of you that don't know or haven't ever tried it, it really is amazing. I'm going to put it in the comments right now. Meetup.com. If you haven't ever tried it, go there. It basically allows you to enter the interests that you have, whether it be, I don't know, dining out or knitting or horseback riding or language learning. There's people that are learning languages. They have nobody to practice with. And meetup.com not only has local meetups in person, that's a little bit reduced lately because of quarantine, but there's meetup online. There's a lot of different ways to connect to people through this website on things that you have in common. I once made a bunch of friends by a meetup.com group for volleyball. And I didn't know these people, but we met in the park, and I made a bunch of new friends and started to play a sport that I was horrible at and still am. But somehow these people were so nice to me, and they gave me the confidence to try, and they were so patient and so nice that I don't know how they did it, but I just sucked completely. Anything regarding a ball or anything round or spherical in a sports context, forget it. So they were so compassionate and made me feel so welcome, and kept inviting me back. So meetup.com, fantastic. All right. Next idea. Websites and social media of places that you've already been to and like. So if there's a place that you've been going to before quarantine that you love, maybe a museum, the Museum of Modern Art or Natural History or the Planetarium, or if you love flowers and you've been to the Botanical Garden, go to that website. Make a little list of the things that you've been doing. Look around your house. You have some sports memorabilia. Okay, maybe they're not having games, but go to the website of the stadium. Go to the baseball team website, and there's all kinds of things going on. They have chats. They have interest. They have what's so funny, Cindy? There's always something going on, and these businesses are doing anything they can to keep up their fan base and their followers. So You can join a chat group. They might have volunteer opportunities. They might have, a phone line, or they might simply have events that they're planning in the future that you can get involved in ahead of time, buy tickets or make reservations. So go to the social media and websites of the places that you love, restaurants that you love, even if they're closed. Check them out. And you know how Facebook has people who have been here? There's a whole list of people that that are on your friends list that have been to the place that you're of the page that you're at. And that's a great way to message somebody on your Facebook or on your social media and say, hey, I didn't know you like this place, or, we got to check this out once things get back to normal, or if the restaurant's open, you can meet up and, do social distancing and reconnect with people based on the things that you love. So social media and websites of places you already know and love. Another thing you can do for meeting new people in quarantine is to go through your suggested friends list on your social media. We're all familiar with that pop down of people that show up, sometimes not necessarily wanted, but blasts from the past, people that maybe you haven't talked to in years and really don't want to, but you don't have to. You can just scroll down. But your list of suggested friends. And when was the last time you went through your friends request list also? Do you review your friends requests and see who's there that wants to connect with you? Because the only way you're going to find the people that want to connect with you is by looking out for that and making yourself known to be available for that. So when you do this and when you accept friend requests, it's recommended that you do it with people that are real, that you know in life, or that you know through someone else is really a person, so that you keep yourself as safe as possible. And if you do meet up with somebody, make sure you verify through phone number or phone call before you do anything, and make it be in a public place so that, you're reducing risk of any crazy stuff going on. Although in my experience, I that's not very common here, but it does happen. So be careful and use precaution, or go out in groups with other people. There's plenty of ways to do that. Facebook groups. Facebook groups are an amazing way of making new friends and connecting with people on things that are interesting and that you have in common. I belong to a few Facebook groups about the law of attraction, which is something that I'm interested in. I'm interested in metacognition and metaphysics. I'm studying flamenco dance. And of course, these are very interesting to me, and I'm meeting new people that are dancers all the time and that are interested in Spanish culture. I also go directly to websites of businesses in Spain that don't necessarily have a representation physically here in the United States, but I go to their website and I meet people and I make connections with people, so that when I go there, I will actually have people to meet up with. I already have a bunch of people that we're familiar with each other. We have each other's WhatsApp number, and we chat, and we video back and forth. And I know that when I go there, all I have to do is say I'm here, and I'll be hanging out with friends instantly. Okay, so hopefully that's going to be happening sometime soon. This world gets back to some sense of normalcy. It's slowly happening, and I trust that we are getting back there. But in the meantime, back to the topic of how to make friends in quarantine and during coronavirus. Next, the other thing I wanted to add about the Facebook groups is hashtags. Comment below. Let me know, those of you that know the power of hashtags. Do you understand how helpful these can be? I'll come down there, Eddie. Thank you. I will. I will get on a boat, a plane, whatever it is. Thank you so much. I'd love to go to Costa Rica anytime. When are you coming back anyway? I don't know how long you're going to be down there, but I hope you're having a great time. Hashtags are, the little I'm going to put one in the comment now for those of you that aren't familiar with it. But this is a hashtag. You put hashtag for whatever topic you're interested in. So if I put hashtag home cooking, okay, that's going, when somebody clicks on that, or if I click on that, or you can click on it right now if you want, because I put it in the conversation. If you click on that hashtag home cooking, it will bring up posts, pictures, videos, conversations, people, anybody who has shared that hashtag home cooking, even in a conversation. So you will immediately see a list of the people that are in your chat group that you can talk to about something, and share recipes or say, hey, what kind of cooking do you like, etc. So hashtags are very powerful. Look them up on Google and learn about them. I've been learning a lot about it. Okay, so you're going to be there for another month. Wow. Okay, Eddie. Looking forward to seeing you when you come back. The next thing that's so important as humans and as making friends and connecting, especially during this difficult time of the coronavirus and quarantine, is play. As grown-ups, we forget the importance of play. Kids have play as a natural way of socializing and getting to know each other. And through play, we engage in fantasy. We learn about each other and who we are. We learn what's important to us, what makes us happy, through our imagination and creativity. And we often forget as grown-ups how to play with one another. So one easy way to play as adults, and especially online nowadays, is through gaming. I'm not big on gaming. In fact, I really need to, I really want to break into that world a little more. It's hard to find time, but gaming is a wonderful way to make friends online, because my understanding of it is that you get into a game, and obviously a lot of people are interested in the same game, and they can watch you and follow you as you play, and you can play with other people within the same game as well. It's a great way to meet people. I know people that have met their spouses through gaming, through a video game. Okay? See, this is kind of foreign to me, but I'm sharing it with you guys because I know it's there and I know it's huge. So if any of you have experience with gaming, put this down in the comments. Let me know what your experience has been with gaming as a way to connect with other people and make new friends. The world of video games is huge. It's absolutely huge. So we need to learn how to play, how to let our guard down and just have fun with each other. That's one of the best ways to meet new people and make friends. Remember when we were kids, how easily we made friends just through playing. I mean, you didn't even have to know the kid. The kid could be just show up on the block from nowhere, and within 5 minutes they're your best friend because you just include them in your game. They take on their role and you're just having a blast. So when we have fun, when we feel good, when we're excited, we're in a place of complete non-restriction. We're not blocked by our worries and our fears. We're playing, we're having fun, we're focusing on the moment. We're with the person that we're with. We're with our ideal self. We're living our dream and nothing bothers us. This is the best way. It's most amenable to making new friends because they get to see who we really are. And we learn about each other through the way we play. Even animals. Animals take on play so naturally. It's a way to connect and socialize through play. And it works so well, it's so effective, and it's so fun. So play as adults is super important. The next way to make friends during coronavirus can also be through outdoor activities. Outdoor activities and sports is becoming more and more popular nowadays than ever. Sales of bicycles on Amazon, on e-commerce, has exploded throughout the world, especially in Europe. bicycles are off the charts in terms of sales because people are taking their activities outdoors. They want to stay in shape. They want to stay connected with family and friends. Biking and bicycling, mountain biking, touring, street bikes, get the proper equipment, helmet, lights, safety equipment, gear up your bike and take off. And it's safe because naturally being on a bicycle, you're distanced from each other. I mean, even if you're riding right next to each other, you're still distanced from each other, right? I mean, there's no way to be too close to a person if they're on a bike and you're on a bike. You're naturally as close as you can be. You're on your own. You're doing your thing. You're having fun. You're talking, but you're distanced. Okay. So that's why bicycling, and other outdoor activities are huge way to hang out with the friends that you know and also make new friends. There's bike clubs. Go to meetup.com, the site that I put down earlier. Enter biking. Go online, go to your chamber of commerce, go to your community center. I don't know, call your friends and see if they know of any bike clubs. And it's a great way to socialize and be outdoors, meet new people, and just have fun right now, especially. So, hiking club. Wow, Eddie, that sounds like a great idea. So you're in a hiking club now. That sounds great too because you're outdoors and you're in fresh air, so it's not it's much reduced risk of infection from coronavirus. Also, you're healthy, you're outdoors, and you're socializing with other like-minded people. That sounds awesome. Any outdoor activities nowadays? Rock climbing, rock climbing, gardening clubs, you know. I haven't been in any, but those are great as well. Okay, next item. For meeting new friends. One of the best ways to meet new people and make new friends, both during quarantine and out of quarantine, is serving others, helping other people. At the beginning of this segment, I mentioned that the best way to make a friend is to be a friend. Well, one of the best ways to create lasting relationships with people who care is to care. Serving other people, volunteering in a local organization, perhaps say an animal shelter, or perhaps cleaning your community, cleaning your park. If you don't want to get too close to other people, then you can take on a task or volunteer to do something that you do on your own. Maybe going out, hanging up signs or flyers in your local community for some event or some cause, or in the building where your community where you live. Perhaps you want to take on a project with some of the other residents to improve your surroundings, or build somewhat of a sense of community. Make a website for your neighborhood. A website, a connecting website for social issues, for safety issues, for dog walking services, biking groups, etc. You can take these things into your own hand. Don't just wait for life to happen. Don't just wait for somebody to just show up in your life. You can create this. You invite this into your life by taking it into your own hands. Start a website. Start a Facebook group of your own. Based on some common interest or even your geographic location. With the internet nowadays and GPS, you can just simply tag yourself as being at a particular place, and the phone freaking tells you who's within 50 feet of you, who's within 100 feet, who else is nearby physically. So, honestly, the excuses to be lonely nowadays are just getting less and less. And I think that's a good thing. We need to break out of our shells. We need to, take the bull by its horns, so to speak, and start to be a better friend. Start to be a person who cares. One of the best cures for loneliness is to stop focusing on ourselves. One of the best cures for loneliness is to stop focusing on ourselves. I am interested in your comments, your thoughts, and feedback about my ideas today. I want to hear your ideas and how you are combating loneliness during quarantine, how you maintain your friendships, and how do you meet new people? You know, how have you met new people in the past? How are you meeting new people now? Is it hard for you? Are you feeling inhibited or insecure about meeting new people? Is it hard for you to think that people are going to be interested in you? You know, we all have a different story. We all have a different past. And we can learn from one another. So please comment and share your thoughts. Lastly, there's a Facebook group that I learned of called Introverted Girlfriends. Introverted Girlfriends on Facebook. I will put the link later if hopefully if I remember. I'll put a link there, and I'm going to also put a link below to another YouTube channel. A lovely lady that talks also about how to make new friends, how to deal with being an introvert. That's my girl, Hey Girl, and I'm going to put the link below so that you can learn from her as well. She's got a great personality, a great, bedside manner, so to speak, and some great ideas that are absolutely contagious. I'm going to share the link for Hey Girl below on YouTube. So thank you so much for that. Cindy, thank you. Chris, thank you so much for your comment. Yeah, we all kind of make excuses from time to time, and we need a little push to get out of our rut and to, do what we got to do to take our life into our own hands. There's so much that we can do to create the life that we have. Now I'm going to move on to my relationship and sex tip of the day. Our daily teachings from the secret law of attraction. When you want to attract a relationship, make sure your thoughts, words, actions, and surroundings don't contradict your desires. Are you looking and feeling your best? Is there room in your wardrobe for a new relationship? Is your camera ready to capture the pictures of a new relationship? Are you open to having a new person around you physically and emotionally? Are you really ready to bring someone into your life? We have to think about the actions that you would take in preparation for having a relationship and start to do as many of them as you can now. We need to make sure that we're ready to receive that which we ask for. Are your actions contradicting what you say you want? Are you doing the things that make you amenable to a relationship? Or are you acting in ways that make yourself inaccessible to a relationship? So I'll repeat it one more time, the relationship tip of the day. When you want to attract a relationship, make sure your thoughts, words, actions, and your surroundings don't contradict your desires. Make sure that you're ready to receive and that your actions show that you are ready to receive your desire. So, now on to the free gift I would like to share with you guys. I'd like to offer you my free relationship report card. I don't have it here with me, but I have a relationship report card that I will send to you for free. to help you evaluate your relationship and see where the strengths are, what's going great, and what needs improvement in your current relationship if you do have one. Or if you would like to evaluate a potential relationship, this can be helpful for that as well. But in order to receive your free relationship report card, go to my website, www.PizziPSYC.com, and at the bottom right of any page in the website, there's a blue button that says Message Us. Go to my website, and at the bottom of the page, go into the Message Us button, send me your email, and I will send you your free relationship report card, which you can then complete, bring back to me, or send back to me with your completed answers, and I will score it for you and then return it with my feedback. That's my free gift for you, your free relationship report card. Again, I'm Dr. Gregg Pizzi. Please follow me and like my page, also on YouTube at PizziPSYC. I appreciate your support. Moving on to our gratitude moment. As you begin to think about all the things in your life that you are grateful for, you will be amazed at the never-ending thoughts that come back to you of more things to be grateful for. You have to make a start, and then the law of attraction will receive those grateful thoughts and give you more just like them. You will have locked into the frequency of gratitude, and all good things will be yours. On next time, in my next live cast episode, scheduled for this Thursday at 9 a.m., we will be discussing why everything that happens to you is your fault. Everything that happens to you is your fault. I'm looking forward to discussing this very important recognition with you, and I welcome your comments and questions if you have any thoughts about it ahead of time. Thank you, Derek, for your response. I appreciate your answers. And you said that you heard a speaker say that hope is not just about what you can envision, but being open to surprise. Wow, that's true. It goes to show that we really create our reality. You can't just hope for something to happen. You've got to be open to it. So we have to do certain things to make ourselves ready. We can't just hope and wish and ask for something to happen. You can't just hope for a relationship and hope for a loving boyfriend, yet be closed up and fearful and anxious. You've got to be hopeful and look for the best in everybody. Because when we focus on being our best, we naturally will attract that best in everyone else. Thank you, Derek. That's beautiful. Woohoo! You're the best. Now, on to the affirmation, and we're going to be closing in a moment. The affirmation for today: I am superior to negative thoughts and mediocre behaviors. Repeat with me. I'm superior to negative thoughts and mediocre behaviors. As a member of this planet, you deserve the complete abundance and happiness that this universe has in store for you. You don't have to do anything to work for it. You already deserve it. Keep that in mind today as we move forward. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your participation. Please like my page and share it with those that you feel would be helped by it. And stay safe. Thank you again.